today. This lot was basically dirt 4 years ago. It was a new build. The first 3 years I only planted citrus, and then I discovered that you can plant so much more in Arizona. So most of the plants, near 90% of what you'll see in this video, was planted this year in spring, so February to March. Some of them were planted as recent as this weekend. So they're all relatively new. So I'm going to take you on a tour here. This is starting out on the east side of my yard. You can see I've grown ficus natidia columns along this wall here. These were planted 4 years ago. They're quite mature. So they've been in the ground for 3.5 years. They provide a nice windbreak, privacy screen from the neighbors. This is a jacaranda. Beautiful purple blooms in the springtime. A pink hibiscus. This is a Florida Prince peach tree, yellow peach, planted in February, bare root. This is a tropic pink guava. This one was actually planted 2 years ago, and it produced about 40 guava this year. Very good quality. I believe this is the Beaumont cultivar. It's really bushed out quite a bit. This pomegranate was one of the few that I planted when I moved in. So this is about 3.5 years old. This is a wonderful cultivar. So it's a red pomegranate inside. It's a raised vegetable bed here with herbs. We've got basil, cilantro, parsley, chives, onion, Thai basil, a whole bunch of different tomatoes. This apple tree is a 3-in-1 that I got from Lowe's. This spring we have Dorset, Anna, and Fuji. The Dorset and Anna were prolific actually in the spring, got probably about 20 apples off of each type. Some kale going, lettuce, peppers. This is a Washington navel orange. And a better fruit set this year. This one was planted 3 years ago. Some kale back there. This is a Boswellia sacra, otherwise known as a frankincense tree. This is not an edible, but it does have medicinal qualities. Resin is extracted out of the trunk. Has anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial benefits. This is a Barbados cherry, or an acerola, planted this spring. I've already had about a dozen cherries off this tree. This is a 4-year-old Eureka lemon. Produces quite a bit of fruit each year. This is a newly planted Hong Kong pink guava, cultivated in the Big Island of Hawaii. The back there is a strawberry guava, or Cattleya. Some more natidia, ficus. In the corner here is another pink guava. Planted in April. This is a finger lime, planted last month, September. You can see there are some finger limes growing here. This is a sapote or Chico sapote. This is the Moreno cultivar. These are very slow growing. This was planted in spring. This is a canistel or yellow sapote, trompo cultivar. Fairly sensitive to sun. Hasn't grown too much over the course of 8 months. This is an Ischia green fig, planted 2 months ago. This is a Lisa Adamoya, planted in spring. It's done pretty well in the heat and cold. This is a Gurmachama or Brazilian cherry. This specimen was from Hawaii, mail order, very small 4-inch pot, very slow grower. Mountain soursop, planted this spring, also mail ordered from Hawaii. Can tolerate colder temperatures, down into the lower 30s. This is a 4-year-old bear's lime. Got about 100 limes off of it this year. There's a few still hanging on here. Jabuticaba, otherwise known as a Brazilian grape. Very small plant at this stage. Mail ordered from Hawaii. Red Suriname cherry, or patanga. This is a blackjack fig, planted in July. Regular soursop. I'm not sure what the cultivar is on this one. And here in the pot is a sugar apple. These cannot tolerate temperatures below 30, so I will be bringing this inside during the winter. This is a patomba. It's in the Eugenia family cherry. They put off apricot colored berries. Here in a pot is a Ross sapote. This is related to canistel or yellow sapote. This is a white sapote. This is a Vernon cultivar, also planted in the spring. This is another tropical guava. However, this one is a white variety, white Indian. This one was planted last year. Another tropic pink guava from Lowe's, planted this summer. This is a Katy apricot, fried during the summer, but the cooler temps, it's pushing out new growth. Magnolia. Curry leaf. This was about 6 inches tall in February, so it's grown quite a bit. And we have another Eugenia cherry. This is Cherry of the Rio Grande, planted in February. Black mission fig, considered one of the best of the dark figs. Out here in the lawn is a Royal Poinciana. With the winter grass going in, it got overly bogged down with water and dropped its leaves a little bit early in the year. but this was the size of a pencil going in the ground in March, so it's grown quite a bit. In this area, I pulled up the lawn, put down wood chips, and this is the main fruit orchard. So I've got a variety of bananas here. I have Ceylon Pisang, 3 of those. I have 3 ice cream banana, including the large one in the middle. Out of all the bananas, ice cream banana for sure is the most prolific grower. These were literally taped to a piece of cardboard. They were tinier than a pencil. This large 12-foot tree is a recently planted Persian white mulberry. These taste like blackberries, but they're white flesh so they don't stain, which is a benefit. This all-in-one almond was planted bare root in February and has put on quite a bit of growth. It's doubled in size in the last month. This is a panache tiger fig. It was planted last month. This olive tree, Arbequina variety, it's a black olive, was planted this weekend. So it just went in. This is a Hollywood plum. So what's kind of cool about these is the red foliage and very deep burgundy fruit. This is a Macbeth loquat, newly planted last month. Pennant nectarine, it's the yellow nectarine, planted in February. This is a white Vietnamese dragon fruit, just planted this weekend. This is a pink flesh variety, and on this side we have a red flesh variety. And these are going to grow up and be tied basically to the palm tree here for support. This is a newly planted melonberry, female, that I just got, and it's starting to leaf out. This is a kitty apricot, newly planted 2 weeks ago. Brown turkey fig. This is a Kiat mango grown from seed. Lemongrass. This was just planted this weekend. This is a Malaysian red guava. Again, budding out here. It's confused. Thinks it's spring. This is a Florida Glow white peach. Zill mango that I got from Tropical Concept a couple months ago. We have an edible daylily here. Type of guava. It's a Costa Rican red pear guava. I've never actually tasted the fruit off of this one. This was planted 2 months ago. Here I have some more sensitive plants that will pretty much always be potted because they can't tolerate our cold. This is a cacao plant, Theobromon. This is a noni, extensively used in Polynesian medicine. The berries are supposed to be pretty gross. It's also called vomit berry because it does smell like cheese. I don't believe it's ripe enough for me to get that odor yet, but apparently it's coming. This is a pineapple annona. Back here is another soursop. This is a loquat champagne variety planted last month. Thai ginger. This is a Suriname cherry as well, but this is the black variety. It's supposed to be a little sweeter than the red. Bailey's Marvel mango. This is a apricot mandarin, just planted this month. Violet de Bordeaux fig. Got this from Home Depot last month. This is a hood pear. Got this bare root, planted in the spring. This guy is a Pakistan mulberry. He'll grow pretty large to 30 feet, provide some shade. The sun coming down on the west wall here. This is a Fuji apple, just planted this month. This orange quince was just planted yesterday. And this variety is supposed to do well in our zone 9. So it'll be interesting to get fruit off this. This is another panache tiger fig. Snow Queen nectarine, planted this month. Babcock white peach, planted this spring. This is a dwarf variety. This is a Sajo persimmon. Got this bare root this spring. It doesn't like the heat, so I'm sure it'll start putting out more flushes once it cools down. This is a Royal Poinciana. This was planted the size of a pencil in February, and it has absolutely loved the summer here. It's incredible, the growth on it. Beautiful fern branches, very lush. It will probably flower at 2 or 3 years age and up, so this is just its first year, so no flowers this year. So that concludes pretty much the orchard area. Back behind the pool here I have plumeria growing. So this first one here is a tangerine dream. It's a citrus scent. There's a flower there. Definitely the most robust grower of all of them. Very nice scent. Pretty well. We were up to 124 this year. In this yard anyway. This variety is called Firestorm. It's not in bloom at the moment. It was earlier. See, there's more coming out here. It's also a pretty good grower. This was a bare root Scott Pratt. It's grown quite a bit. Red flowers. One up here, tall guy is Saint Germain. He's grown incredibly. This was also bare root cutting, and it's about 4.5 feet tall now. Planted in spring in Lowe's. Sunrise mango, planted in August. Grafted variety. This is an Anna apple, also planted this year in May. This Meyer lemon's been in the ground for about 4 years. Produce lots of fruit. This is a Beaumont pink guava, planted this month. This is a second Eureka lemon, 4 years old. Lots of fruit set. Back here we have an Aliso elderberry. A lemon guava, yellow cattleya, another Violet de Bordeaux. This came in a 4-inch pot, so he's grown quite a bit. It's got dual trunks going. These are goji berries. This is not an edible, but it is medicinal. This is a Commiphora wiggetii, a myrrh plant, or otherwise called makul. Its resin has medicinal properties. Another myrrh plant. This is a West Indian lilac, planted this spring. This guy is a Buddha's hand. Was planted this month. And you can see you can get there. It's got a little hand of fruit growing. So Buddha's hand is other known as citron, and it's mostly used for aroma. People place it in rooms. That's a pretty cool formation of fruit. This is another elderberry. This is called Florida Select. This is a red custard apple, San Pablo cultivar. Planted this spring. Longan, Kahala variety from Hawaii. Planted in the spring. This one as well, planted in the spring. Black sapote or chocolate persimmon. This is a white sapote. This one is subao. This plumeria is called dragon tears. Has not bloomed yet, but has grown quite a bit since planting 5 months ago. Moringa, drumstick tree. Just pruned this guy this afternoon. So he's a little top heavy and bending over. All these pods everywhere. This thing has flowered immensely since planting 2 months ago. This was a 5-gallon pot. Moringa is definitely like the desert heat. This is a white Hawaiian guava. Just planted this month. This is a sensational plumeria. Propped up. This guy went through some trauma during the monsoons. Got knocked over. They're coming back. Over here we have a Inca gold plumeria. Beautiful scent on this one. And this has grown incredibly big. This was a 1-gallon pot. And you can see it's about 4 feet tall. Past this rosemary bush, we've got a white Genoa fig. This was planted this month. Already got some figs going here. Another moringa. This one has grown incredibly tall. It was the same size as the other one, but currently likes this spot better. It's just pods everywhere. And it's easily 15 feet tall. This is a dwarf mulberry. Planted last year in the fall. It's already fruited quite a bit last year, and looks like it's about to bud out fruit for this fall. This is the second Barbados cherry, Racerol. This one was planted last year. It's been in the ground about 5 months more than the other one, and it hasn't produced any fruit. These are variable depending on location. This is a desert sunrise plumeria, another prolific grower. This one was potted last year and then put into the ground in spring. It was a 5-gallon pot, so a little larger than the others, but has produced blooms consistently throughout the year. And lastly, we have a pair of double Mahoy bananas, and a red dwarf that's kind of getting clobbered by the other guys there. That pretty much concludes the garden tour. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.